We decided we're going to make this segment the annual bombshell segment here on the Roula and Ryan Show. We've been doing this for years, where you guys call us up at 833-390-KRBE, which is 5723 on your phone, and you tell us what you're going to share with your family that's a big deal.
It's usually life-changing experiences that you're going to share with them.
But you have to call us back.
On Monday after Thanksgiving.
Because that's not fun.
So it's over a week from now. You're going to have to call us back. Eric is going to hound you. The weekend before, when Black Friday happens on Friday, so that Saturday, Sunday, he's going to start making those calls to you.
Kevin's getting their email
to get
and your phone numbers.
Okay.
So we can figure out what the heck is going on.
And your blood type.
I don't know why he's doing that, but that's weird.
But they're lining up.
Yep. In the past, it's run the gamut from I don't want to be a football star anymore to I know my mate has messed around on me and I'm going to tell the whole family that he's doing it. Let's see what you bring us today to 833-390-KRBE. Lisa is up first. Good morning, Lisa.
Hey, good morning.
Good
Hey, Lisa.
morning, Lisa.
Thanks for joining us on Bombshells.
Yeah.
We really do appreciate that you have chosen to bless us with this big news you're going to drop on your family first.
What is it?
It is kind of big. Last Thanksgiving, I was actually pregnant, but I wasn't showing even though I was already like 5 months pregnant. No one could tell. And so here we are a year later. I'm a single mom. I thought they might be judgmental. We have plenty of single moms in the family, and so I just didn't tell them. I have since, of course, had my daughter. My mom knows. My dad's passed away. I don't have siblings, and most of this family's in College Station, so I haven't really seen anyone.
Oh, are you driving up to College Station for Thanksgiving?
Or are they coming to you?
I'm going to College Station with my daughter.
But you don't share like on social media, or are you in that world of Facebook?
You've never posted a picture of your daughter ever?
Yeah, I really dropped all the social media a while ago. It's just annoying. So I didn't do that even before.
That's going to be weird. Like, they're going to be happy for you, but also probably bad. Like, hey, we missed out on a baby shower. Or we didn't get to see those at the very beginning when they're really tiny and they get those little mitts on their hands so they don't scratch you.
So cute.
Yeah, but I mean, I also was expecting like, oh, they missed out on all these months of getting to judge me, and why did I get pregnant? And
why are they going to judge you? I mean, you said earlier that there's single moms in the family.
Yeah, they've been through it. You're right, Ryan.
Why do they have the right to judge?
Yeah, I mean, it's a totally fair question. I think it's one of those where they wanted for you better than what they had.
Well, I mean, look, you know your family better than we do, Lisa. If you felt like you had to hide the pregnancy because you didn't want to hear the judgment.
This is a happy bombshell.
No, this is going to be great. I think this would be so awesome, especially now because these are those, anything before 10 months, I feel like is 10 months, 7 to 10 months are like the happy, chubby, I can't move yet really, unless they're early crawlers. And you just have to pass them around and love on them.
Are you seeing like her sisters or brothers or your aunt and uncle types? Is that who you're seeing?
I don't have siblings, but yeah, her siblings, and it was probably more in my head, but I just didn't want to deal with it.
You know what? I don't judge you because you did what was right for your pregnancy. You didn't need to be stressed. You didn't need their judgment.
That's true. No negativity.
Well, I feel like this is a cool kind of like a different take on, hey, guess what? We're having a baby. Yay. You're actually showing up with the baby.
Yeah. She's certifiably adorable, so at least we have that going for us.
Well, I'm very
That's
excited,
awesome.
and I'd be shocked to hear any negative feedback. But can you call us back and let us know how everybody reacted to you showing up with your baby?
That's the key. You're supposed to call us back.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I promise I will.
Okay.
Awesome.
Happy Thanksgiving, Lisa.
Good
Thanks for
luck.
sharing the news with us.
Thank you.
Okay, there we go. Bombshell number 1.
Man,
Keep them coming.
if
Keep
somebody
calling.
is rude to her, come on.
How can you do
How
that?
are you mean to a baby?
I know.
You can't be mean to a baby.
It's like the most awesome gift in the world.
And like, well, had that baby out of wedlock.
That baby.
Anyway, okay, 833-390-KRBE. We continue with bombshells here on the Roula and Ryan Show. Clint is up next. Let's hear what Clint's got to say. Hi, Clint. Welcome to the Roula and Ryan
how's
Show.
it going?
Hey, Clint, it's going well. What's your big bombshell
Well,
going to be?
first of all, again, let me say, hold on, Ryan. Let me thank you for letting us hear it first, because this is a big step for a lot of people. They're like, am I going to call on the show? Well, yes, you are. And you're going to practice
Clint,
with us.
Thank you. Tell us your bombshell.
Yeah.
If that's your real name.
Yeah, I was going to say, it'll help to bounce it off you guys, and then this will be rehearsal for me.
Okay.
I have 3 siblings, and we all got some money after our dad passed away. This is a few years ago. And so I used that money, and I tried to start a bar with my buddy. And no, unfortunately, it didn't go well.
And that's usually the case, like 80% of the time.
Did your family freak out when you said, hey, I'm going to open up a bar with my buddies?
Kind of. I would say, yeah. Because that's who I am. I'm the one who takes risks and goes out on a limb and whatever, right?
Okay.
Well, did the risk pay off or did it fail?
It ended up failing, unfortunately. I mean, obviously the pandemic and everything. And
what is the big bombshell you're going to drop on your family? That the bar closed? They don't know the bar closed?
No, they do know that the bar closed, but they just don't know how broke I am.
And why is this a problem that you're broke?
My mom still lives in the house that my parents owned, but they need all these repairs and it needs to come up to code, and there's property taxes and blah, blah, blah. And so they're saying, hey, we all have to pitch in to save her house so she could keep living there. I don't have any money to pitch in. They're all going to put in tens of thousands is what each person was going to put in. And supposedly we all have this money, but I don't have this money.
How long have they been asking for the money for you? And you've been oh, yeah, guys, I've been kicking it down the road.
I can imagine the text thread between the siblings. All right, we're all good. We're all good. We're all good. And there's just silence.
Yeah,
Those eyes, me with the eyes where it's
Especially considering, they're all hide the money under a mattress type people, and I'm the only person who did something with the money.
Oh, you mean the responsible?
Yeah, the responsible ones. They saved their money. They didn't throw it away. But, I mean, what are you worried about? You're just going to have to tell them no, can't give you any money?
I'm going to have to tell them no. They think I do well because I drive a nice car, but it's leased. I have nice clothes, but my nice clothes are 4 or 5 years old. They think I do well, and I'm not
going to
doing
believe
well.
you.
You're a thousandaire.
Oh, yeah,
They're going to think you're being a cheap Charlie.
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't have the money? I'm so sure. Look at the car you drive. Look at where you live. Look at your clothes.
If that's 10 or 20 grand, how many siblings are there?
He said 3, so it's 4 of them total.
Okay,
Oh, man,
but
so
Clint,
they each got to come up with $5 grand.
No, 20 grand each.
Whoa,
Oh.
my God.
Clint, if they're family, you should be able to just tell them and say, hey, look, this is a bad time for me. I don't have any money. I mean, how do you think they're going to react?
They're going to tell me I'm abandoning my mother in her time of need. They're going to say, you're so selfish for, trying to have a fun business with your friends when you should have been looking out for mom.
I don't even think I'd want to go then.
I know. I wouldn't even tell them at Thanksgiving. Are you sure you want to do this?
I can feel the pit in your stomach about having to show up to this Thanksgiving, for real. You know what, Clint? I hope it goes easier than you think it's going to go. And who knows, maybe somebody helps you out too because they don't know you're struggling. So can you call us back and tell us how it goes?
I'll let you guys know. Yeah, if I'm still around and still talking to them, I'll let you guys know how it goes.
All right, good luck, Clint.
God, Clint.
Man.
All right, you guys are bringing it today. Phones were busy.
Stressful.
833-390-KRB. Stand by. We're going to try and get as many of you as we can for bombshells. The news are going to drop on your family before you tell them. You're practicing with us. Daisy is up next. Good morning, Daisy.
Hi, good morning.
Hey,
Hi,
good morning,
Daisy.
Daisy. What's the big
I like that
news?
name.
I know. I always
You
think
don't
of
hear that
Daisy
very
Dukes,
often.
the shorts.
Lily.
Great, Daisy. Now, see, he's thinking of you in your shorts.
No, it was a
See?
character
You're
from a
aging
TV
yourself,
show.
Brian Chase.
Yeah.
You're aging yourself. Daisy
Everybody knows what Daisy Dukes
Duck,
are.
Donald's girlfriend. Daisy is a flower. There are a lot of daisies past that. I don't know who you're named after, Daisy.
Pardon me, Daisy. What is the big news?
Yes, let's get to your bombshell, shall we?
I'm going to share with my family that my husband and I are officially divorced.
Oh, when did this happen?
7 months ago.
Whoa.
Do they even know that there was problems in the marriage?
No, they have no idea. With social media, oh, are you kidding me? I could just pop up a picture anytime I want. They still think we're happy and together.
Oh, my
Okay,
God.
so I'm going to assume that you guys don't live in the same city and you're coming together for Thanksgiving?
My parents live in Conroe, and I live in Sugar Land.
Now, why would you not tell them?
Yeah, that's a hard thing, right? To go through
Maybe you're
divorce
not-
and not have your parents to support you?
Are you not close with them? Maybe because, I couldn't imagine, Roula not telling her mom everything
No.
or my wife telling her mom
Or if
everything.
my daughter was married and then she hid that from me, I'd be crushed.
Well, I could see her doing that to you.
Oh, she'd be
Well,
worried
that's
I'd
what
kill the
sometimes
guy.
The mom.
Daisy,
your-
how did you
your
go through a
ex-wife, maybe.
divorce and not have your mom and dad? Didn't you want their support?
My parents are the type of parents that marriage is for life.
So they'd rather have a bad relationship than no relationship.
Well, I am afraid that if they find out that we're divorced, they're just going to cut me off.
Well, some people believe, if you're religious, some
There
people
are
want
people that really are like,
like
nope, that's
God
it, you
can
work
help
through it.
you, and we'll meet with your
Right,
priest,
they're like,
whatever.
yeah,
I don't
marriage
know.
is for life. Divorce is not an option. So obviously your parents are that way now.
But why would you come clean now then?
Well, I got to tell him now because A, he's not going to be with me for the Thanksgiving. B, last week my mom said that she thinks that she saw him on a date with some woman, and she thinks that he was cheating on me, and I had to lie and be like, no, Mom, it probably wasn't him. And she was like, no, it was him.
Oh my God! So he has every right to be in the
Oh,
date
no.
because your mom doesn't know he's
Yeah,
not
you're not
married. to you
married.
What if she
anymore.
went up to him and slapped him and said, "What are you cheating on my
Throw a glass
my
of
little
wine in
girl?"
his face?
If my ex-wife started, to say, "Hey, we have to pretend we're still married," I'd be upset. I'd be like, "This is enough. 7 months. This is enough. I want to live my life."
But
Right,
you know
that's why
what?
he's not going to Thanksgiving.
When I
with
was
her.
getting divorced, my my ex-wife, Michelle. She hadn't told her family yet. And she said, can you please just show up to this birthday party?
And was it like 7 months later, or was it like
It was like about 3 months later, and it was really painful and awkward.
Wait, after the actual divorce, or when y'all decide to separate? Because
after we decided to separate. Like, I wasn't living with her anymore, and I just did it because I loved her family.
Still, it feels weird.
This is going to be very interesting for you, Daisy. Your parents do not know that you and your husband got divorced 7 months ago, and now you're going to show up to Thanksgiving without him and tell your mom, yeah, he probably was on a date last week. He wasn't cheating on me because we're not together anymore.
I can't see them cutting you off.
Mm-hmm. And you said it's cutting you off for childcare. I mean, grandchildren,
how much are they
grandchildren, they must. I mean,
what kind of money they throwing your way?
Your kids for this.
Oh, it's healthy. It's a healthy dose.
Oh, mom and dad got money.
Yeah.
You know what you could do is, like in the soap operas, you could hire somebody, put bandages around their face.
Oh, you're pulling that from Days of Our Lives. Marlena and John Black.
Surgery. You can't. He's in so much pain.
And then by
You've
Christmas
recast
time,
your husband.
Yeah.
Okay, RBE, that is our phone number. You can also text us at 37530. One texter, we'll talk about how you found out your mate was messing around behind your back. This texter's scandaloso life. 1 month into being married to this man that she thought was going to be spending the rest of her life with him. She found out he was living a double life. He used his thumb to open his phone, not his first finger, as most people do. That's your index finger, right? Your first one. And he was meeting escorts and writing reviews about massage parlors he would visit. She would read all his disgusting reviews.
What are the reviews? I want to know, is it like how they describe a food establishment?
Yeah, exactly. What's that look like?
What's the review?
Very inviting when you walk in. I like the choice of music.
By the way, I use my thumb. I use my thumb to open my phone.
I use my thumb to open my phone.
I don't use a finger.
Yeah, I use my thumb.
For this?
Yeah,
definitely.
On the home.
Why would you use a finger? You hold it one hand and just like this. Why would you use your finger?
Yeah. How do you? Hey, by the way, how do you open it? Because I'm going to get the new iPhone.
Well, hold on. Is it a guy thing? Because when you're holding your phone,
it's a guy thing. I use my thumb.
Then your thumb is sideways, and I thought you were supposed to do it like straight on. So you can't really hold your phone with the same hand you're using the finger of.
Yeah, but when you lose the button, how does it work? How do you open it then?
It's your face.
Your face?
You have to bring your mask down, and it recognizes your face. You just put it up,
so you
and it unlocks
you no longer use your hand to open it?
I can't believe Roula uses their finger. I thought everyone used their thumb.
Yeah, that's weird, Roula.
Yeah, I used my thumb.
Yeah, well, because when the first time I had to use my for finger ID, I was holding the phone, and I was like, in the right hand, and I'm left-handed because I wanted to put my left hand on there, but you can't hold it with your left hand and use. I was trying to do it sideways and it wasn't registering it. It was weird. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll hold it then. And that's when I use my index.
Yeah. I'll do it like that.
Yeah.
Look, sideways.
Yeah.
It does it. That's funny.
No, that's weird.
Hey, sidebar real quick, though. What about like on Halloween? If somebody's like wearing makeup or something, will it not recognize your face?
It depends how.
Yeah, I won't.
Yeah.
Then you just put it in your code. It'll say put the code in.
All right, 713-390-KRBE. How did you catch your cheater? We want to hear from you.
Who should we start with?
Yeah, who should we start with, Special K?
Let's start with Cindy.
All right. Hi there, Cindy. Welcome to the Roula and Ryan Show.
Hi.
Hi, Cindy.
So tell us how you caught your cheater. Tell us all about it. We need to learn more.
So my husband used to travel all the time to, Asia, Europe, wherever. And every time he came home, I would find like a mascara from Clinique or a lipstick from Clinique. Any type of, little Clinique thing. Now, I had a 2-year-old daughter, so I'm shopping Walmart. I had never used Clinique. And, of course, he would be like, oh, it must be from the hotel. And I'm like, I don't think so. But, I didn't go on any of these trips with him because I got a baby. So then he had said, he decided he was going to go to, like, this. We used to live in New England, and he used to go to this fair thing. And he's like, oh, I'm going to take the baby to the fair. I'm going to send you to this, it's called a Adagio Day Spa. And you can just have this wonderful day. And I'm like, okay. And did that whole thing. And then one day I was dropping off all the little cameras. Remember the little disposable cameras? That's how long ago that was. And, you get your car at Walmart. You're, like, looking through all the pictures.
Yeah.
And I see my daughter sitting on the shoulders of another woman.
What?
Uh-oh.
What?
How old? The girl, the daughter was 2 years old?
2. Yeah, like 1.5, 2.
What?
Who was she?
And I know I scared the crap out of my daughter at that age because I'm sitting in my car screaming as loud as I could because it all came together. Clinic, sending me to a spa.
Was he even going to another country? Did he?
Yeah, was he even out of town, Cindy, or was he making it up?
No. For work, he had to go to like Asia and Europe and Germany and wherever for work.
Did you find out who this other woman? Who is this other woman?
She was with him. Well, I ended up. This is what's so sick. Is she worked with him, and her name was also Cindy.
So you didn't have to mess up the names.
Yeah, at least you could remember that. Maybe it's kind of smart.
So she really had no qualms about just outright cheating with a man who has a 2-year-old daughter and a wife who was pregnant, couldn't travel. Didn't care.
She put that baby on her shoulders like, we're at the fair.
Did that end your marriage? That was it? How quickly did you get out?
I went right to his sister's house. I called her screaming. I said, I'm going home to pack. I'm flying home to my mother's, and you're taking me to the airport. And then, of course,
she's like, I don't blame you. He's a jerk.
But no, they all thought he was like this golden boy, So, yeah, it was really... That was horrible. I think I would have rather seen him with her or something like that. Like, but to see my kid.
So did he fight you on the divorcing, Cindy? Was he like trying to backtrack and be like, oh no, baby, I don't know, talk his way out of it, or was he just like, I
made me feel like everything, like the fact that the kid was on her shoulders, like that was my fault. You know how they do that?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're crazy. They make you the one that you're the one with the problem. Like on Roses, a lot of times it goes.
I was like, oh my God, what is happening? But
so how long ago was this?
Like, gosh.
Yeah, how old's your daughter now then? She's 15,
She's
16? 18.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay.
Does she have a relationship with him or no?
Barely. Like, believe me, it's like he, was on a plane and went down. She'd be like, woohoo!
Oh, man. Did he end up with that lady also, Cindy? Did he end up with the other Cindy or no?
Okay. Of course not.
So you look like he threw it all away.
Threw away
Man,
the whole
that's
family.
crazy, Cindy. That sucks. You're looking at pictures in your car, and you see your kid on some other woman's shoulders. If you're just tuning into the Roula and Ryan Show, we're doing a segment called "How Did You Catch Your Cheater?" How'd you catch your cheater? Everybody finds them in different ways. We're going to Stephanie. Good morning, Stephanie.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hello.
Morning,
So, was this? Tell us what the story is on how you caught your mate.
So we are currently not together. I'm happily married now, but I cleaned their room, and I didn't really think anything of it. He worked really early in the morning at like 4 a.m., and so I would sleep in, and we actually worked together, but he was back of house, I was front of house, and I cleaned his room, just tidying up because it was bugging me. And whenever he got home from work, he was like, "Where is my cell phone?" I'm like, "You're talking to me on your cell phone. What are you talking about?" He's like, "No, my other cell phone." Like, I didn't know you had another cell phone. The broken one? He's like, "Yeah, the broken one. Where is it?" And I'm like, "Oh, sorry, I put it away here. Like, I'm sorry." He's like, "Oh, okay. I was going to sell it," or he made up some lie, obviously.
Oh, so he had a burner. Okay.
Yeah. So I go, and next time I'm there, I'm like, "What is on this cell phone? I need to know." So I think of all the different codes it could have been, figured out what it was, open it up, and there were videos of him doing the deed with another girl.
Oh my God!
Don't you just want to throw up? I couldn't imagine that. That'd be the.
Oh my gosh, I did. And at first I was like, "When did he do this video?" Because I had never done a video before, but I was like, "When did he take this?" Thinking it was me, you know.
Well, how did you confront him?
She thought it was her. Oh my gosh!
Oh my!
When did you figure out it wasn't you? You're like, wait a minute, I don't have a mole on the back of my neck. That's not
I was
me.
like, that does not sound like me.
So how did you confront him?
Man.
I was sick to my stomach, pretty much the entire day, and he kept reaching out, and I kept ignoring him. I was like, I didn't really know what to say. And then once I found out, it's kind of like, hey, I went through your phone that you freaked out about that I moved. And he was like, oh, of course it was my fault. I went through his things.
Another person.
What was his response, though, when you told him, hey, I saw you having sex with another woman?
It was just all that it was my fault that I went through his things, that I didn't trust him. And I'm
my God,
yeah.
deflect.
You try and say that was from years ago before we knew each other.
He did pull that. I'm sorry, he did.
Oh, okay.
And then whenever I looked at the date of the video, it was over Christmas break, and we were together.
Nope, and nope.
Sure.
They're asking you, just need one. Anybody listening right now who has proposed to someone and got rejected, or was proposed to and said no?
And I'm thinking, if you proposed and they said no to you, that's got to hurt the most. Than being the one that just says no. That's awkward.
yeah.
That's awkward for them.
That's
but
the easy part for
pain.
you. Well, I'm sure it's hard, but it's not as hard as like you went out, you bought a ring, you really thought this person was going to say yes, and then they gave you a no.
Unless there's a half-ass proposal, like you woke up, let's get married. Pretty bird.
Let's get married.
Let's do it. Let's get married.
Yeah, or like
That's
one of these
not a proposal.
randoms, like in some public place, a guy that you're not even dating is like, I've loved you since I met you last week, and I'd like to marry you. That doesn't count.
Well, that's a psycho.
We're talking about
that's
actual
creepy.
relationships where the person thought you would say yes and you did not. Jessica, good morning. Welcome to the Roula and Ryan Show.
Hi, good morning. How are y'all doing?
We're
Awesome.
great. Jessica, tell us your story.
Okay, so I had a guy that I was dating for about maybe 9-10 months. Everything was going good. We had all the same friends, so we all hung out together. I thought it was perfect. He had a good job. We're good.
Mm-hmm.
He started moving, a little bit faster. He wanted to give me the key to his apartment, his car, like everything. So I'm like, okay, no big deal. Out of nowhere, he just pulls me aside one day and just tells me that I was just the perfect person for him. Let's get married.
So that's how I said, let's get married. Not will you marry me with a ring?
No. He was just like that. He wanted to get married. He didn't have a ring. He's like, I just want to get married. I want to marry you. We could go shopping, blah, blah. And I'm like,
No.
Yeah. I was like, and I felt so bad because I used the whole, it's not you, it's me.
And this at 9 months in, Jessica, you said? 9 months?
So he was just trying to fast track the relationship. He was moving too fast.
Yes.
Why didn't he get a ring?
Oh, very much.
Just get a
like
ring.
I said, I had access to his key, to his apartment, his car, everything.
So what exactly, did y'all break up after that? Or he was like, oh, okay, you want to think about it a little bit?
Yeah. We eventually did. He was so devastated. He went back to our friends and did the whole whining, crying that I broke his heart, that I didn't want to marry him. And of course, naturally, all of our friends are like, why would you do this? And I'm like,
because he half-assed it.
Why would people say that
He
to
didn't
you?
have a ring.
But why would someone go up to you and ask you why would you do that? It's like,
like you're obligated.
You don't know. It's a
date him.
painful situation.
Yeah.
You don't know what
It's
happens
not like
behind
saying you
closed doors.
refuse
Not
seconds on
obligation.
some home-cooked meal.
Yeah,
you
this is really-
refuse to share your life with someone that you're not feeling it.
and you're being
Come
pressured
on.
by friends? That's not good friends.
So Jessica,
Yeah.
how long, was it a week and y'all knew it was done, or the next day he just was like, okay, this is over?
It was like within that week. Because like I said, after I told him no and he went and did his little fit, I found out that he was crying everyone that I told him no, that I broke his heart. So the girls that was hanging out then would call me, why would you do this? He's such a good guy. And I'm like, I'm just not feeling it. It's not going to happen. So after that, I was like, no, I'm sorry. You've got to go.
It's not like you were opposed to the concept of marriage. You just thought it was too fast.
But yeah, if you have to be talked into it by your friends, then
Ooh.
that's not a good sign.
No.
I'm sorry, you don't have a ring? It doesn't count.
No, that's not a proposal.
Yeah, that was more like a thought.
Like if you're just saying
let's
it.
get
That's
married.
pontificating about the future.
let's
That's
get
not
married.
a proposal.
Unless you don't have the money and you're trying to, well, I'll get you a ring when I can afford one day.
Yeah. Well, then you get some kind of cheap Cracker Jack ring, and
Crackerback? What's that?
They don't have those
Cracker
anymore.
Jack type. You know what I mean? Some kind of cheap placeholder, and say, when we
promise ring.
when we get to that point,
promise
I will
ring. I
buy you
remember
the
those.
real
The
ring.
promise ring.
But the guy should get down on one knee. You should propose honorably, not just hey, you want to get married?
Yep.
Jessica, thanks for sharing your story. I want to talk to Ace because Ahmad starred Ace's story.
Okay.
And that means go to this call.
If you get a star from Ahmad, that's
and the question was,
bringing it.
Who listening right now has rejected a proposal or proposed to someone and they said no? Hi, Ace. Welcome to the show.
Hi, how's it going?
Good morning.
What's up, Ace?
So were you the one? Like, tell us the situation.
I've never known a female Ace. That's always
cool.
like a guy's name. That's cool.
Thanks. So in college, back in my 20s, I was working at this little independently owned restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
It was my best friend's uncle that owned it.
Mm-hmm.
I was just kind of there helping out while they were getting started, and there was this manager there. And he was very, very flirtatious with me, very, very inappropriate. And I was very friendly and young, and, he was my manager. So I would flirt with him, and we had, even a meal together there at the restaurant. And 3 weeks in, he gets down on one knee in front of the entire restaurant with one of those little, he had, made a little fake ring out of foil. And,
what? Hold on. Y'all aren't even dating, though.
No.
You're
the
not.
manager. He's the manager.
You're the manager, and you're not even dating him. And he's just flirtatious with you, but you are not reciprocating the flirtation, correct?
Well,
she said she flirted back.
Oh,
I flirted.
She's
back
friendly.
A little, yeah.
Did you ever kiss this man?
Friendly, casual workplace flirting. You know.
Had you ever kissed him?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's going for it.
No.
Sounds like a lawsuit.
No, because the only time we were ever around each other was at work.
Oh, okay.
That ain't proposal. That's sexual harassment.
Yeah, that's.
So he does what with
he
foil?
Gets down on one knee. He with a little ring made out of foil, and one knee in front of the restaurant. And he's like, "Will you marry me?" And I'm like, I just froze, and I was like, no.
Oh, shoot.
In front of a lot of people, or is it after shift and y'all are alone?
No, it was 12:30 in the middle of the day on a Saturday. There was
what a moron.
It was a very small restaurant.
Yeah.
So there was only two customers besides the staff.
Oh,
and my
good.
best
They're
friend
witnesses.
just had this.
So you can sue him for
look of-
harassment.
So he gets down on his knee in the middle of the lunch shift and asks you to marry him, and you just look at him blankly and say, no.
So how did you stay? Did you have to quit the job?
Yeah, did you go
after
back to
that?
work right then and start
I did.
slinging food?
I had to. So afterwards, I said no, and then I walked away from him and went to the register, and I took off my apron. And I said I quit, and I walked out. And then the owner called me. My best friend's uncle called me and was like, "What happened?" And I was like, "Well, he proposed to me in front of everybody, and there are witnesses, so I'm not making it up."
Uh-huh.
And he's like, "Wow, did y'all have a relation?" I was like, "No, I don't. He doesn't. I don't even have his phone number."
Oh my God!
He should have. That guy should have been fired, and you should have been reinstated.
Yeah, did they do that? Did they fire him?
Yeah, well, the restaurant ended up closing down shortly after that, but so it wasn't.
And they wouldn't fire him because he's the uncle.
No, they didn't fire.
Right?
They didn't fire.
Uncle's.
Yeah. So the restaurant is being run poorly if the guy's proposing to
He's too
employees.
busy.
In the middle of the shift.
Too busy.
Well, I'm going to put a star on that one, too, because it wasn't like y'all were in a relationship and you actually devastated the man. This is just such a random, hi, just because I smiled at you twice.
What's
now you got down on one knee in front of strangers and said, let's get married.
Somebody said they're getting
That is
engaged
so
this
crazy.
weekend. Where'd that text go?
Somebody said tinfoil ring. What
Yeah,
was
they're getting
it?
engaged
Freebird?
on Saturday.
Was it?
But that's all I saw.
But do they know?
Something about it's kind of weird you're doing this topic. and
Yes, because they're getting engaged Saturday.
They must know if they said Saturday, unless they're the guy or girl that's going to ask them to marry.
Oh.
them.
Or did we just spill some tea
Let
that
me
we
see.
shouldn't have?
Where's it at?
Hold on, let's see.
There's another one, too.
This person said, I tried calling, but I'm going to be late for work. I told my baby daddy, now single from him 6 years. He did a tattoo for a ring. Definitely rejected his cheap ASS, she said.
Well, you can't take that off.
And then this one, I think it's broken up.
Not
Because y'all
without
text us
pain.
and sometimes it breaks up. It says, I didn't exactly say no, but I said I'm not ready yet. We were young. He proposed again a year later, and now we've been married 40 years.
Wow.
So you can come back from a rejected proposal on that one.